I think movement in Rainbow Six is highly overlooked. It's a lot more than just moving side to side and aiming with your character. It takes a lot of knowledge to know what kind of player you are, how do you aim, how do you react, and that's why movement is different for every single player. There is no fast way to get good movement, but you have to know that it takes time to get good movement, and this video will help you redirect yourself in the right direction. You won't get perfect movement in a week, but you will see better results. And this requires you to take a different perspective on the game. And before we dig into more of the topics of movement, I want you to ask your question to yourself. How confident are you? Are you confident in your shots? Are you confident in your movement? And I want you to evaluate with yourself right now. Have an idea of how you play? Let's get into the tips on how you can improve your movement. So before you start practicing moving your character and all that, it's really important to have the right equipment and settings for yourself, because you can't get the best movement if you're not comfortable with your keybinds and all that. Make sure your equipment is decent, such as your monitor, your mouse, your keyboard. Most likely your keyboard or your mouse, because that's where most of your buttons and your aiming is going to be at. If you find keybinds that you like, try out other streamers and maybe your friends and play off of theirs. Don't copy what they do, but maybe mess around with their settings and see what you like and what you don't like, and change to everything that make sure that you're comfortable and you like it. Don't make your buttons too far away from WASD, because then it'll be harder for you to start moving. Also, your sensitivity, this is going to determine how efficient you can be while moving, aiming, because that all ties down to your movement as well. So make sure that you have a good sensitivity and you're able to look and aim pretty efficiently. And remember, don't copy other people's settings and expect to be just as good as them in 1 week, because you will never be as good as someone you're trying to copy, because you're always mimicking and you're never going to catch up to be the best version of yourself. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into the real tips. Like I said earlier, movement is a combination of everything. Your aim, your game sense, how fast are you at clicking buttons, and this can all be sped up if you're confident in your buttons and your ability to execute on your movement. In order to be confident, you have to know what you're doing. So this really depends on every single map. If you don't have good map knowledge, I recommend you reviewing the maps if you're a new player, but otherwise, if you learn the maps, then you'll learn how to engage in gunfights and how you should approach things. Let's say you have a hard time on Cafe, which is that snowy map with like the balcony, the Christmas looking map. Let's say you struggle face checking and really trying not to look at the angles too long on the 3rd floor, and you're kind of scanning around. Maybe you struggle with quick peeking, or maybe you're trying to maneuver yourself around without being an easy target to hit, right? So really knowing all the common angles and the common spots of everyone and how you can counter those common spots will help your movement improve and outmaneuver your enemy. If you have a hard time predicting what the enemy is doing, think about what you would do on defense or offense. Where would you sit? Would you hold that angle? Would you not? Because I bet you about 70% of the time, those players know the angles that you're thinking of, and they will be playing in those angles. So think of different strategies you can counter that, whether that's grenading, or maybe that's pre-firing someone, or maybe that's really swinging really confident. And swinging means you're kind of aggressively peeking them and doing whatever it takes to get that kill on someone, right? And that's where movement comes in. When should you be sprinting? When should you be peeking? Should you quick peek? How can you gain information without risking your life too much, your health? All this stuff is very important, but like I said, it takes time to do all that kind of stuff. But now if you're struggling with confidence and you're struggling with full committing to a certain decision and you're not really good at making decisions, I recommend trying to improve your game sense by just playing the game a lot every single day, more than you usually do. And stop spazzing out. What I mean by spazzing out is you gotta full commit to something. You have to eliminate all the unnecessary movements and make the game a lot easier for you. Stop spamming your lane keys, stop moving side to side so much. Just be clear-minded and commit fully to your actions. This also requires good crosshair placement, knowing where to tank gunfights, and really practicing your face checking, and also droning as well. Droning, I feel like, is free information. So if you can really know where information is on a drone, and then you can use that confidence to make it the best out of your ability to handle a situation, and your movement will tie in, and you'll learn how to deal with certain situations, what angles where you should aim, you know, where is the enemy can be playing, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, game sense, like movement is more than just WASD, or maybe you're on a joystick moving side to side. It's more than that. It's your confidence, your crosshair placement, and how well are you good with your keybinds. Are you comfortable? Are you not comfortable? If you're uncomfortable, then you're going to hesitate. Now let's say you know all of this knowledge already and you're putting it and applying to your own gameplay. You have to practice now. Now you have to practice and do it over and over and over again, because it will take time. You will die a lot, but that means you will have to try new things and you will get consistent new motion. That motion will be called your movement, and then you'll be consistent in that movement, and you'll be seeing a lot better results in a week, maybe even a month. Like I said, you will lose a lot, you will die a lot, but that's how you will learn to make your movement a lot better than how you died earlier. The next time that you die trying a new peeking angle, maybe like, okay, maybe I gotta peek it different this time, maybe I gotta be a little more passive, maybe I should have drawn it out, maybe I didn't even know somebody was there and I got caught off guard. It's all a learning process, and you have to know that it will take time to get that consistent motion. Doing these things all at the same time and movement and having a clear mind will build muscle memory, and that muscle memory will become consistent motion gameplay. So I hope this really helped you determine how you want to be your movement to be. And like I said, it will take a lot of time, but that time will pay off eventually after those long hours of ranked every single night. So good luck grinding. Again, I stream almost every single day on Twitch, twitch.tv/Athieno. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Link will be in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.